एवरीवन से डायरेक्ट जल्दी से एक बार प्यारी सी स्माइल लेके आ जाओ थोबड़े पर एंड कैन यू प्लीज टेल मी व्हाट यू आर गोना टेल मी गुड इवनिंग बोलो गुड इवनिंग सो एवरीवन लिसन टू मी नाउ वी आर गोना टॉक अबाउट अ ब्यूटीफुल टॉपिक एंड इट इज कॉल्ड एज कुची कुची कू hopeless. So let me tell you, account current as such topic is very easy, frequently asked in exam, and very easy to explain you. So I don't think so it is going to be a big challenge. Here I write down account current. Are we ready? Now let me explain you first. The word account means what? Account means account. But which account? So I'll write down personal account. No one is going to write down, everyone is going to listen. Personal account. Now in personal account, which are the two accounts? I will say it is about debtors and creditors. So before you start with this topic, everyone should be at least first aware about how do you prepare a debtors account and a creditors account, which I'll explain you. Then current means what? Frequent transaction. Current means what? Frequent transaction. Okay. So if you are okay, let me explain you this with the help of the logic. Here we go. Are we ready? So will you please write it down along with me? Account current. If you're done, can we go ahead? Okay, here we go. So we have got an account current, and in account current I said there are personal account, and the first word, keyword which I explained you was account. Account means there are personal account. The personal account means debtors or creditors account. And when I use the word current, it means there are frequent transactions. So when I say bank mein current account hai, so there are frequent transactions. Do you understand that? Now let me explain you how do you create a debtors account. So debtors has got which balance, beta? Debit balance. Okay. So I am just creating a debtors account for you. So can I not say to balance brought down and by balance carried down? And then can I not say to sales, by sales return? So when I sell the goods, I debit it. Then when there is a sales return, I credit it. Then I say buy. Bolo. Buy purchases. Sorry, pagal. Can I not call it as buy bills receivable? Bills receivable mila. When bills receivable is dishonored, to bills receivable. Buy cash. When cash is received, cash cannot be dishonored. Buy. Can I not say bank if check is received? And when the check is dishonored, to bank. I hope you people are understanding this. This is my debtors account. So in the debtors, I have got a debit balance, opening balance debit side, closing balance credit side. When I sell the goods, debit side, sales return credit side, cash received credit side, check received credit side, BR received credit side, BR dishonored debit side, check dishonored debit side. Do you all appreciate this? So I think it was very, very simple. So the first thing is you need to understand to make this transaction. Have you all understood? So the first step is you should be able to plot the personal account. You should be able to do the entries related to personal account. No one is going to rectify. Everyone is going to make the entries. Is that okay? So step number one, we should be able to understand debtors account. Okay. Now what is the next account? I can call it as creditors account. I have already said that you have to write along with me. Those who are not writing down, I am sorry for them. So I said about debtors, I have already explained you. Now I am writing down about what? Creditors. Yes. Are we ready? By balance brought down. This is the creditors. It has got a credit balance. And to balance carried down. It would be on the debit side. By purchases. Buy purchases. Happy? To purchase return. To purchase return. Happy? And buy. No, buy need. To cash. When I have paid. So to cash. When I paid it by bills payable, I'll write down bills payable. Agreed? When I have paid by check, so I'll write down to bank. And when bills payable is dishonored, I'll write down by bills payable. Dishonored. Agreed? And when check is dishonored, so I'll write down by bank. And again, I'll write down dishonored. Say yes. So with this, lovely people, can I not say my creditor's account is tallied? So what is the opening balance to the creditors? Credit balance. Opening balance, credit side. Closing balance, debit side. Purchases, credit side. Purchase return, debit side. Check received, debit side. Sorry, check paid, debit side. Cash paid, debit side. Bills payable given, debit side. And when they are dishonored, credit side. Do you all agree? So my dear friend, if you want to do account current first, you should be able to make the personal account. So let me ask you if you understand this. Let me check if you can solve this. A sold goods to B in the books of A. What is the entry? B to sales. So B will be debited in the books of A. Always you should remember now, I am asking you in the books of A. Now let A has taken loan from B. Taken loan. Take your time and think. A has taken loan. We are in the books of A. So when he has taken the loan, what is the entry? चल चल लोन मिळतं ए टू बी व्हेरी गुड. बशी घ्यायचं आणि त्याला फिरवायची अशी पहिला इकडे आणि मग त्याच्यावर बसायचं. यायला कसली आहे वेंदळी. हा नेक्स्ट. लोन रिसीव्ड की एंट्री नहीं आती तुम्हें? कैश टू बीज लोन. सो व्हेन आई एम टेकिंग द लोन, व्हाट इज द एंट्री? कैश टू बीज लोन ना. तुम क्या कहां के कहां कुछ बोल रही है? बी टू ए, ये बोल रही है बी टू लोन. बॉस लोन में बी को नहीं दिया है हमने. लोन में बी को नहीं लिया है, कैश लिया. सो व्हाट इज द एंट्री? कैश टू बीज लोन. सो इन द बुक्स ऑफ ए, बीज अकाउंट विल बी क्रेडिटेड. Do you agree? Now loan repaid to B. Loan repaid to B. B is loan to cash. So B account will be debited. A has given loan to B. A has given loan to B. Very good. B to cash. Because when I have given loan, what did I do? I have given cash. So the entry is B's loan to cash. B has repaid the loan. B ने पैसा दिया. Cash to B's loan. So कुल मिलाकर whenever I am using the word B's loan, you should assume that it is B's account here. So all the transactions which are receivable or payable from B, we are going to post it here. I hope you people have understood so far. Very good, Nandini. Nandini, you are such a great girl, Nandini. So can I not say loan ke entry, when loan is given, the entry is party to loan or party to cash. Party's loan to what? Cash. Say yes. Similarly, when that loan is repaid, so I get the entry cash to party's loan. That is about when I give the loan. And when I take the loan, the entry is cash to party's loan. And when I repay party's loan to cash. Will you be able to first create the personal account? Now let me ask you a very faltu question. You understand faltu? It's about you. Either the question is faltu or you are faltu. Either of the one is faltu. Let me see who is faltu. Are we ready? I am writing down year end. 31st March 2022. Everyone has understood this? Then I am taking loan taken on 1st September 2022. Loan taken on 1st September 2022 and repaid on 1 February 2022. लोन लिया 1 सितंबर को, रिपेड ऑन 1 सितंबर Loan taken on 1st September and repaid on 1st February. Rate of interest is 12% per annum. So let me repeat the question. Who is Phaltu? Let's understand. I am saying calculate interest. Amount rupees, amount 1 lakh. Rupees 1 lakh. Those who are watching me online, please put up hi, so that I can read your names at least, who all are there with me. $5,000. So you're not Phaltu. Let's see. These are the people who are Phaltu. Good. Shall I make the entry? So you please see. You please see. I would say interest is equal to 1 lakh into 12% into, can I not say from 1st September to 1st February? So September, October, November, December, Jan, 5 months. So into 5 by 12. This is 12%. Huh? Can I have the amounts, please? So you got the interest as 5,000. Is it easy? Now let me do one more Phaltu adjustment. What I shall do is, I'll create this account. मुझे मजा आता है इसलिए. So I'll write down date, I'll write down particulars, and I'll write down number of days. Shit, बहुत सारा लोचा हो गया. So is it okay if I draw again one more time? तुमको पूछ नहीं रहा हूं, बता रहा हूं, करूंगा ऐसा. So first I'll write down due date. Then I'll write down particulars. Then I'll write down amount. Then I'll write down number of days. And then I'll write down product. I can also write down it as interest. Due date. Okay, what I do is, I simply make it little more easier. I write down the keyword interest and then again due date, particulars, amount. Do you feel very happy when you complicate? Don't tell me. CS life is very complicated. We complicate the things for client and then we say it is very difficult. You need to pay so much. Only then तभी तुम बच पाओगे. नहीं तो पुलिस उठा लेगी तुमको. So doctors and CAs all like complications. That is how they earn money. So you have calculated interest of 5,000 without me teaching you. Did I teach you? No. So let me tell you how and what I am going to do. I am going to say loan taken. So my entry is bank to loan. So I'll say in the party account, the due date is 1/9/21. By bank, I have taken a loan of rupees 1 lakh. Say yes. And then my dear friend, I have repaid. So when I have repaid, the entry is loan to cash. So what account I am creating is loan account. Or I can say a personal account. Loan is nothing but a personal account, yes or no? So I have repaid it. I have repaid when? 1st February 22. Say yes. So I'll write down to bank. What is the amount? 1 lakh. Now in number of days, I write down number of month. Do you have a problem? No. So what I do is, I first calculate interest on 1 lakh from 1st September to 31st March 22. Year end. So date or due date. Date of transaction or due date. To year end. समझ रहे हो? So I am calculating interest on 1 lakh from what date? From the date of transaction to year end. So how many months? September, October, November, December, Jan, Feb, March. How many months? 7 months. So can I not say 7? And similarly, from 1st February to what? 31st March. How many months? 2 months. Bolo na? Take on a calculator 1 lakh into 12% into 7 by 12, it is 7,000. And take on a calculator 1 lakh into 12% into 2 by 12, it is how much? 2,000. Says, and you know what I am telling you? Look, 7,000 is my interest and 2,000 minus. How much is the interest? 5,000. Have you understood what I... अरे तुमने orally निकाला था, you calculated it orally. But the same thing, I am calculating it what? I am doing it with the help of an account. So what I do is from the due date to year end, I calculate the interest. This is what. So why are you doing this? This is so very easy. ऊपर जो हमने किया था बहुत easily. Okay, I'll tell you. The first transaction happened on 1st 7. Then I repaid on 2nd. Then the first transaction happened on 1st. Then I repaid partial amount. Then I took one more amount. Then I repaid. Then I repaid. Then I repaid. Then again I took. Then again I took loan. Then again I took loan. Then I repaid. 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 Again I took loan. Repaid. Took loan. Repaid. Took loan. Repaid. Now it's complicated. Yes. That's the reason system works on each transaction to the year end. Net off करेंगे तो interest वही है. So this is the crucial word which you need to understand is current. Otherwise we have been doing it, but because the transactions are too very high, this is how we calculate the interest. So have you heard about something called as bank overdraft? So how do you calculate interest on bank overdraft? Come on, bank overdraft keep fluctuating every day. So today I deposit money, I withdraw money, deposit, withdraw, deposit, withdraw. I continuously, throughout the year I keep doing it, yes or no? And the balance keeps fluctuating. So how do I calculate the interest? This is how it is calculated. So the key word is current account. There are numerous transactions. And when there are numerous transactions, this is how we do it. Happy? Now somebody said, no, sorry. I don't want to do like that. This is so very bad. You are a nonsense person. They're talking about you, huh? Not about me. कोणाबद्दल बोलतात? इथे जायला हे काय? I wanted to copy it. भगवान ने मेरी सुन ली. Copy. So you know what? What happened? Shall I explain you? Not paste ray, hopeless. थोड़ा सा इधर पेस्ट कर. You know what the other guy said? No, we are not going to do like that. So no, we will write down here not interest. We will write down product. What did we write down? Product. So what are we going to do about product? Simple. He said, take the amount 1 lakh into 7. You will say 7 lakh. 1 lakh into 2. 2 lakh. Very good. Then he'll say, okay, now calculate balance of product. So ये कौन सा तारीख था? So I'll calculate the product on 31st March 22. To balance carried down. What is the balance of product? 5 lakh. अबे बोला हाँ. So I'll say interest is equal to balance of product. Okay. Into rate into 1 by 12. Because I have already multiplied by the month earlier, yes or no? So फालतू पड़ा balance of product 5 lakh into rate 12% into 1 by 12 and the answer is 5,000. Now do you remember the interest is payable because I have taken the loan. Loan is taken na. So interest is what? Payable. So then I teach students, look beta, what is the balance of the product? You say credit balance. But I write it on the debit side. It is the balancing figure. So I'll write down the interest on 31st March 22 by interest. And I'll write down 5,000 in the amount column. How much will I write down? 5,000 in the amount column. So now do you understand what is my balance? My balance is 5,000 rupees. I am yet to receive 5,000 from him. Do you copy that? So what are we doing? The balance of product on whatever side I'll write down. Balance of product on whatever side I write down. On the ulta side, opposite side, I should write down the interest in which column? Amount column. Have you understood what are we doing in this topic? We are absolutely going to do nothing. This is all because we are going to do it. We are going to calculate the interest. So you feel that you are doing something magical? No. The formula for PNR is PNR, that is principal into rate into number of months divided by 12. So if I multiply principal with number of months first, it's okay. If I multiply principal with number of months, it's okay. Where did I multiply? Can you please check? I have multiplied with number of months here and I simply use the word product. And then what do? I take the balance of product. Then I multiply it with the rate of interest. And then I say, because I have already multiplied by number of months, I say 1 divided by 12, because when there is nothing in the numerator, it is 1. So why we have to rectify the formula? We have already multiplied by the month. So month we cannot multiply now again. But the remaining formula I have to do. So I take balance of the product into rate into 1 by 12. Why 1 by 12? Because when nothing is given in the numerator, it is always what? 1. Say yes. I hope you people have understood so far. Please, in case you have got any query, let me know. So, have you all done? So here we go, Raja Betaji. So please come down to the account current. So let me say hi to everyone. Nandini hi, Pratik Bora hi, Ayush hi, AMV house, and Navya, Kaushik ने आंसर दिया, रोहित, कशिश, अजय, दिव्यांशी, excuse me. God bless you. Thank you. God bless you too as well, beta. Can we come down to the page number? Achha, this question has been asked. अरे बाबा, can you please come along with me? Can we come down to the question number 1? Please, can we come on question number 1? Achha. You don't have to solve the question. You just need to give me the entries first of question number 1. Can you give me the entry of question number 1? अरे ये भाई ऐसे बंद कर, उसमें से कुछ आ रहा है एलर्जी. मेरे को आ नहीं रहा है, बट मेरे को सेंसेशन हो रहा है कंटिन्यू छींकाने का. मजा आती है, पर आती है तब बहुत रिलैक्स महसूस होता है. तुम मेरा थोबड़ा क्या देख रहे हो? क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 के एंट्रीज करो. मेरे को मत बताओ, तुम लिखो वहां पर. जब बच्चे पागल हो जाते तब ऐसे बिहेव करते हैं. तुमको पता चला कैसे बिहेव? बंद कर दे भाई. इस क्लास में सबसे सिंसियर नंदिनी रही, मुझे लगता है. नंदिनी किधर से बेटू तू? इतनी सिंसियर गुड़िया है, इतनी सिंसियर गुड़िया है. हो गई एंट्री. सो देखो बेटा, प्रिपेयर अकाउंट करंट फॉर नाथ ब्रदर्स in respect of the following transaction with Sham. So September 16. Now beta ji, prepare a account current for Nath brothers. For Nath brothers means who is going to prepare for Nath brothers? Sham. So we are in the books of Sham. We are in the books of Sham. First you need to understand the one who is preparing the account. Right? We have to think from his point of view. So now how do we understand for whom this is done? So it's very simple. Prepare account current for Nath brothers. Agreed? In respect of the following transaction with Sham. Hey, but it is in whose books? They have not mentioned it. Kya? So I think it is in the books of Sham only. You can write down and change the question and you can write down in the books of Sham. My interpretation is right. This is so wrong. So no. Write down in the books of Nath brothers. So it has got two interpretation. मैं हिंदी में बताता हूँ. मैं बताता हूँ. दो पार्टीज, एक नाथ ब्रदर्स है और एक शाम. पहले हिंदी में समझाता हूँ, देन इन इंग्लिश. दो पार्टीज है, एक नाथ ब्रदर्स है और एक कौन है? शाम. अगर मैं बोलूं कि आप नाथ ब्रदर्स के लिए शाम का अकाउंट बना के दो, नाथ ब्रदर्स के लिए शाम का अकाउंट बना के दो, तो वो कैसे लिए? प्रिपेयर अकाउंट करंट फॉर नाथ ब्रदर्स. इट इज नॉट ऑफ नाथ ब्रदर्स. डोंट मेक द अकाउंट ऑफ नाथ ब्रदर्स. वर्क फॉर नाथ ब्रदर्स. सो व्हेन आई से आई वर्क फॉर Infosys, so I am working for him. So they are saying that prepare account current for Nath brothers. I work for Infosys. So prepare account current for Nath brothers. Of Nath brothers nahi. So who is the account? Account is not Nath brothers. Nath brothers is a party for whom we are creating the account. So my first interpretation, because of my English is little weak, I created a problem. It should have been off. Agar off hota, so we would have been in the books of Sham. For Nath brothers means we are actually in the books of Nath brothers and we are creating an account for whom? Sham. ये जब तक नहीं समझेगा तब तक दिक्कत है. ठीक है? If you are creating the account of Sham, the wording has to be Sham has to come first. Sham in account current with Nath brothers. Please focus, everyone. No one is going to hurry up with the things. Whenever somebody is writing down Sham in account current, examiner might tell you, in whose books he will not tell you. He will tell you Sham in account current with Nath brothers. The name which will come first, you are creating account of him. Of word is used. मतलब उसका account बनाना है. So you are creating the account of what? Sham. And you are in the books of what? Nath brothers. So can I not write down in the books of Nath brothers? Okay. Now let me explain you how do we solve it. Please focus. 1, 2, 3, 1. Then again I'll write down 1, 1, 2, 3. Don't hurry up. First sec. I am writing down due date. Achha, in some books they write down date and then they also have due date. But then because the space is very crumpled, so I am writing down directly due date. Okay. So due date, and then I'll write down particulars. Then I'll write down amount. Then number of days. And then what, my dear friend? Product. Then my dear friend, I have still got due date. Then I have got something called as particulars. And what, my dear friends? Amount. Then number of days. Very good. And then what will I write down? Product. Happy? Now please focus on this part. I will not complete the whole transaction. What is the first date? September 16. So can I not write down 2019? September 16, goods sold to Sham. So when I'm using the word goods sold to Sham, so can I not say in the books of Nath brothers, my entry is Sham to sales. So I'll write down 2 sales. And I'll write down in the amount column 200. Did you notice first thing? I'm making the posting in the personal account. First I have to understand I am in whose books. I am in the books of Nath brothers. I am in the books of Nath Brothers. I am creating whose account? Sham. Goods sold to Sham. What is the entry? Sham to sales. So I went to Sham account debit side and I write down to sales. Now what date I am going to write down? If you want to write down date of transaction, it is 16 September. But I have not written date of transaction. I have written what? Due date. And what is the due date? 1st October. So my answer is not wrong. If you see some of the questions and answers, and if you see 16th September and you see due date 1st October, so they will mention both the date. But date of transaction is irrelevant because my interest will start from what date? 1st October. That is the reason I am writing down what? 1st October. Yes or no? Let's go ahead. Next. October 1, cash received from Sham. What is the entry? Cash to Sham. So can I not write down 110 by cash? How much will I write down, my dear students? 90. Go ahead. Goods purchased from Sham. Did you notice it carefully? Goods purchased from Sham. So my dear friend, my entry is purchases to Sham. I will write down the date as December 1st. By purchases. Do you all appreciate this? What is the amount I will write down? 500. Then going further, paid to Sham. What is the entry? Sham to cash. So can I not say my date would be what? 1st November to cash. Bolo figure kitna hai? 330. And paid to Sham 1st December. What will I write down? To cash. Again you are right, 330. Then boys and girls, goods purchased from Sham. What is the entry? Purchase to Sham. So can I not say purchase to Sham, Sham credit side 1st Jan by purchases? How much Bitu? 500. And my dear friend, December 10, goods purchased from Sham. So can I not say again 1st Jan by purchases? You say 200. Then boys and girls, Jan 1st, paid to Sham. What is the entry? Sham to cash. So I'll write down what is the date Bitu? 1st Jan to cash. 600 in the amount column. And goods sold to Sham. What is the entry? Sham to sales. So beta ji 1st February, I'll write down to sales account. What is the amount? 20. ठीक है ना, फर्स्ट ये 20 खुश. अबे येड़ा है क्या? येड़ा है क्या? जो जनवरी में जाएगा 20 आएगा ना? Is that okay? So boys and girls, you please tell me what did I do? I have simply made the posting of the personal account. Yes sir. Now this posting is done for up to what date, my dear friend? So can I not say the account is prepared up to 1st February? So, okay, any which ways. Up to what date, my dear friend? Up to what? 1st February. Happy? Now, what do I do is, now from 110 to 1st February. 110 to 1st February. 4 months only. Let's do it in number of days. 1st February. (110) to 1st February. Can I not say October how many days, my dear friend? Take on your calculator. 31 minus 1. So October 30, November 30, December 31, Jan 31, February 1 na? February is how much? 1. So how many days? 123 days. I'll just change it. So shall I explain you कैसे किया? 123 कैसे है? 123 I'll write down October, November, December, Jan, Feb, right? So October I'll write down 30, November 30, December 31, Jan 31, February 1. Say yes. Now similarly I'll calculate from 111 to 1st February. So can I not say November 29, December 31, Jan 31, February 1. So 29 plus 31 plus 31 plus 1. How many days? 92. So I'll write down simply 92. Now 112. So can I not say 30 December, Jan 31, February 1. So can I not say it is how much? 62. And then 1 1. So can I not say Jan and February 1? It is how much? 31. and 1 2, I'll say nil. Then my dear friend 110, so 110 110 110 110. So 30 plus 30 plus 31 plus 31 plus 1, how much? 123. Now 112, again 112, 30 plus 31 plus 1, it is how much? 62. Then 1 1, so 1 1, can I not say 30 plus 1? 31 and 31. You please tell me, did I do anything magical? No. फालतू बना किया मैंने. I first did the personal account posting, then from each transaction to year end, each transaction to year end, each transaction to year end. Yes or no? Now, my dear friend, I simply multiplied 200 into 123. 24,600 is what you say. Then 330 into 92. 30,360. Then 330 into 62. 20,460. Then 600 into 31. ये 600. Then 20 into nil is nil. Now 90 into 123. 11,070. 500 into 62. 31,000. 500 into 31. 15,500. 200 into 31. Oh, 6,200. Do you all agree? Boys and girls, girls and boys. With this, can I ask you? You tell me, can I ask you? Can you calculate the product total? So take on your calculator. 11,070 plus 31,000 plus 15,500 plus 6,200. So can I not say 63,770? I am writing it in the rough. So it is 1,08,590. No? Chukla maza? 24,600. आजा सजन मधुर चांदनी में हम 94,020. So you tell me on which side the balance will come? On the credit side. So I'll write down on 1st February 20 by balance of product. Actually, this is not an account. We are just balancing the product. So 94,020 minus 63,770. So it is 30,000. So I'll tell you, the balance of product has tallied, and it has tallied with what amount, my dear friends? 94,020. This has tallied, na? I have tallied this. Now I have written balance of product on the credit side. That means debit side product were more. So I'll calculate interest is equal to 30,250 into what is the rate of interest, Betaji, they have said? 6% into 1 by 365, because this time I have calculated in number of days. Say yes. So can I not say 30,250 into 6% divided by 365? Yeah, can I have the answer? 4.97. So can I not say 5? Now, my dear friend, I'll write down on 1 to 20 2 interest. I'll write down how much? 5. So I wrote in what? Oh, I wrote in the amount column 5. So I am saying that interest is due from you. Rupees how much? 5. Now this you could not have calculated on 1-to-1 basis. एक एक कर नहीं calculate हो सकता भाई. So this is how we have calculated. Now boys and girls, can I not say on 1 to 20 by balance carried down? गलतियां निकालने में तो इतनी एक्सपर्ट है ना बेटा तू. मेरे जैसे गरीब आदमी को तो ऐसे खत्म. कौन है बे तू? 200 plus 330 plus 330 plus 600 plus 20 plus 5 minus 90 minus 500 minus 500 minus 200. And what is the balance? 195. Now, does that tally? Yes. So, have you understood what is this whole Uchapatya is? This Uchapatya is only to calculate the interest. So, first you do the accounts. Once you have done the accounts, then from each due date, not the date of transaction, from each due date, you go to what? Year end. And you calculate what? Number of days. Once you have calculated the number of days, then you multiply it by the amount, you get the product. Now you calculate the balance of the product. If the product is having a debit balance, you will write on the credit side. Now calculate the interest on that. Write it on the opposite side of the balance of product. Agreed? But you are going to write it in what column? Amount column. Remember, you cannot take number of days now or number of months because you have already multiplied it earlier. Say yes. So the formula would be balance of product into rate of interest into 1 by 365 or 1 by 12. Do you all agree? And that's how I'll calculate the interest. We'll put the interest and we'll close the account. So this account is saying that how much interest is receivable or payable to you. You want to see this answer? You wanna see this answer? ए झेंडू के बाम. तुमको जब झंडू बोलता हूँ कितना अच्छा लगता है ना तुम्हें? ऐसा लगता है कि सर कोई अपना बुला रहा है. हे अकाउंट किरण किधर आहे रे? ताई तू काय ढोसून येते का? मला पण पाहिजे ते. मला मिळेल का ग ताई? हो ताई. हे बघितलं का 4.97? But if you see, they have added one more column, date and due date. I have directly taken due date because I did not have space. But maybe next time onwards, we can have one more column of what? Due date. So first, what you do is you post the amount. Then you calculate the number of days. Now, there is one special point which I need to tell you. So, no. Whenever there is a transaction, you should leave the first day. So, for example, transaction happened today. Ignore today's day and calculate from tomorrow until the year end. Include year end, but ignore the day on which the transaction has happened. Have you understood? So, for example, the transaction happened on 1st February. I purchased goods, sold goods. These are the transactions. So, I will not include 1st February. I'll start from 2nd February. Do you all agree? But when there is an opening balance which is carried forward, understand opening balance is not a transaction. It was carried forward from the last date. So you will include that date also. So all I'm just trying to tell you is suppose if examiner is going to tell you 1st Jan and 1st Jan he is saying purchase for Jan consider days 30 only because I'll drop first because this is a transaction I have purchased. It could be purchased, it could be sold, it could be salary paid, it could be anything. But suppose if I say 1st Jan opening balance, this transaction is not on 1st Jan. So you'll assume how many days? 31 days. क्या? समझे क्या? So when there is an opening balance, you're going to consider how many days? 31. You will consider that first day also. But when there is a purchase, you're only going to consider how many days? 30 days. So will you please solve it now? अच्छा इसमें वर्किंग नोट कितनी लगती है? सिर्फ इंटरेस्ट की. आज सजन मधुर चांदनी में हम. अच्छा व्हाट इज दिस कॉल्ड एज प्रोडक्ट मेथड, फॉरवर्ड मेथड. प्रोडक्ट मेथड और फॉरवर्ड मेथड. तुमको कोई तो बुला रहा है बाहर. वो कोई भाव नहीं देता, मैं बहुत बुरा लग रहा है. बोलना। और 20 मिनट, 20 मिनट या आधा घंटा काम क्या है, बोलो अभी बात कर सकता हूँ। हर चीज़ को कॉपी करते हो यार तुम। मेहंदी अच्छी निकाल लोगे। तुम्हारे जैसे मेहंदी और कोई नहीं निकल पाएगा ना। आर वी डन सो फार? If you're okay, can we go ahead? So now listen to me carefully. I'm gonna teach you a very easy method of recalling this concept. So the first concept what I did was from the date of transaction to year end, right? So if you see this particular question which I did it for you, now this was the concept question which I did it for you, and I try and explain you how did we calculate it. So what did I do? I first asked you to calculate the interest, and what did I do? Year end is 31st March. Beginning would be what, my dear friend? 1st April 21. Yes or no, betu? Now I said in the earlier way, which was a forward method. In forward method, I said due date to year end. Due date to what? Year end. So due date जो थी वहां से लेकर we went to what? Year end. So if you remember, I took from 1/9/21 to 31st March 2022. You said how many months, my dear students? 7. 1/9 to year end. And similarly, my dear friend, 1/2/22 to year end, how many months you said? 2 months. Now I am going to teach you backward method. It is also called as epoch method. Now in backward method, what I am going to do is, I am going to take from beginning to due date. अभी क्या किया? ड्यू डेट टू ईयर एंड. अब हम क्या करेंगे? बिगिनिंग ड्यू डेट. डू यू वांट टू चेक व्हाट इज द बिगिनिंग? 1/4. 1/4 to 1/9. April, May, June, July, August, September. Will I take? No. I'll take how many months? 5. So it's simple. Can I not say in this case, can I solve the same question? I'll just change it. So I took up the loan. How many months I'll write down? 5. So yes. Beginning 1/4/21 से लेकर 1/9. Okay. Now from then, my dear friend, नहीं, epoch method में हमने क्या लिखा था? हाँ. What is the next date, my dear friend? 1/2. Now, can you please tell me 1/2/22 from the beginning to 1/2/22? So, can I not say April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, Jan? 10 months? Say yes or no? So, I'll write down year 10 months. Babya, what is the difference? 5. So we are going to calculate interest for how many months? 5 months. But interest here, you have to write on the opposite side. So I cannot solve it with the interest method. I'll have to always solve it with what? Product method. देखो तुमको ये बात तो पता चल गई ना कि interest was what? Receivable, because you have taken the loan. ये देखना बे. You have taken the loan. So interest is receivable or payable. Common sense says interest is receivable. For how many months? How many months? 5 months. So if I calculate the product 1 lakh into 5, it is how much? 5 lakh. And if I am calculating the product 1 lakh into 10, it is how much? 10 lakh. Say yes. Hey boys and girls, if you see the balance is coming on which side? Credit side. 5 lakh minus 10 lakh is how much? 5 lakh. It is coming on which side? Credit side. In that case, can I not write down by balance of product? Bolo kitna hai? I'll write down 5 lakh. Now 5 lakh into rate of interest. What is the rate of interest? 12%. Into how many? 1/12. कितना आ रहा है? So 31st मार्च लिखना है ना? ये 31st नहीं 1/2 को पेमेंट हुआ था ना? 1/2 and 31st March I'll write down 2 interest. How much will I write down? 5,000. Do you all agree? Do you see I have also calculated the interest here only? बोलो बे हाँ. So 7 lakh minus 2 lakh, right, my dear friend, the product was how much? Okay, the interest was calculated here on the. So I've taken the loan. Oh, I'm sorry. एक गलती हो गई मेरी. I'm sorry. एक ही गलती हुआ. मैंने इंटरेस्ट यहां पर कौन सा साइड में लिख दिया? डेबिट साइड में. But in the backward method, you have to calculate the interest and write it on the opposite side. जिस तरफ balance of product लिखा, उसी तरफ interest आएगा. In forward method, I taught you what? If the product was this side, if you see 7 minus 2, the product was which side? Debit side. But interest came on what side? Credit side. This was which method? Forward. Now I'm talking about which method? Backward. In backward, the interest will come on what side? Same side. So my dear friend, same side, can I not write down by interest? How much is that? In the amount column, 5,000. Do you all agree? So let me explain you the difference between forward and backward method. In backward method, first forward method, due date to year end. Forward, you have to go आगे. In backward method, due date के पीछे जाना है. So you have to go from due date to back. What is that? Beginning of the year. So from the beginning to the due date, you have to calculate the months. Let's do everything as it is. In backward method, wherever there is a balance of product. See, balance of product is not accounting. Balance of product is only to calculate the interest. So wherever there would be balance of product, you will have to calculate interest there and there. Now this cannot be explained without this proof of concept. Now proof of concept you understood that the interest is 5,000. So first I explained you how to calculate interest, you calculated orally for 5 months. Then I asked you the second thing, forward method. You calculated the interest, जिस तरफ balance of product लिखा उसका उल्टा side में interest. Now I explained you backward method. Backward method also the interest was coming how much? 5,000. But you have to write on the same side on which you are writing down the balance of product. Is that okay? So can we not come down to this example? Balance owing to Mr. Y kahan par? Balance owing to Mr. Y. Question number 2, write down revise 110% before exam. If backward method comes in the exam, you will be screwed up. Question number 2, revise 100% before exam. Revise 100% before exam. Very, very important question. Everybody, which important question? Very, very important. Are we ready? Okay. क्या बड़ा? हाँ, जब बोला जाएगा तब backward से. Otherwise, every time you are going to follow forward. So backward method is also called as what? Epoch method. Happy? Now let's see. I'll be explaining you this question with the help of what I can say, the module only. So forward method you are going to understand it very simply, and then we are going to talk about the backward method. Everyone's attention here. Take a deep breath in. Okay. Now listen. From the following particulars, make up an account current to be rendered by Mr. X. So we are in the books of X. So the heading would be Y in account current with X. If you remember, I said the name which will appear first, we are making account of that. So हम किसका account बना रहे? We are making the account of Y. In the books of what? X. Because X is making. तो नाम पहले किसका आएगा? Y का. On 31st December 2020, taking the interest into rate 18%. Now balance owing by Mr. Y. We are in whose books? X. Owing by Mr. Y. So think from X point of view. Are we supposed to receive or are we supposed to pay? Balance owing by Mr. Y. Sure, beta. This is receive. I am loved by you. So I am receiving the love or I am giving love? I am receiving. I am loved by you. I am receiving love. You getting my point? Pakka. So here we are in the books of X and they are saying balance owing by Mr. Y. By. Not balance owing to Mr. Y. Need to hota, so it is payable. So if you see receivable has got debit balance, can you not check? Two balance brought down, the amount is 600. Do you copy? Let's go on. Now boys and girls, first we understood. Now goods sold to Mr. Y, the entry is what? Y to sales. So can I not say 37 to sales? I'll write down the amount 300. Bola na ha. Then my dear friend, goods purchased from Y. So my entry is purchased to Y. So credit side I'll write down 18 by purchases. The amount is 200. Do you all copy that? Happy? Then my dear friend, 19/2020 cash received from Y. The entry is cash to Y. So Y will be credited. So by cash, can I not write down 19 and the amount is how much? 100. Happy? And Babu Mosiai. Y accepted Mr. X draft. Y accepted means we are in the books of X. X is a drawer. The entry is BR to Y. So Y will be credited. Can I not write down 19 by BR? Amount is 400. Do you all copy that? So first point, you should be able to do the posting, normal posting in the account. So whether be it forward or backward method, you can check. Both the items are same. Please check. यहाँ पर क्या था? 600, 300 debited. Can you not see 600 and 300 debited? Now, can you please see? This is the backward method. Next, which I am tick marking. Now, 200, 100 and 400 is what? Credited. So, 200, 100 and 400 is credited. So, what did you understand, beta? Be it a forward method or a backward method, first do the posting. Do you copy that? तुमको पहले किसका अकाउंट बनाना है समझना है, जिसका नाम पहले आए, जो रेंडर कर रहा है उसके बुक्स में हम. The one who is rendering, we are in his books. So we are in the books of X and we are creating the account of Y. So you should think only from the point of view of X and make all the entries. So if Y is credited, credited. If Y is debited, debited. Happy? Now listen to me carefully. Second step, they are giving you due dates. When it is negotiable instrument like BR, bills payable, you should add 3 days of grace. But when it is not negotiable instrument, it is an invoice period, it is a credit period, plain vanilla credit period, you cannot add 3 days of grace. So if you see, again I am reading the transaction balance showing there is no due date for it, the due date will become 1/7 only. Is that okay? Then the next, goods sold to Mr. Y, credit period allowed 1 month. So 37 plus 1 month will become 38. Can you see 38? August 30. So the second step is what I am doing is, I am calculating the due date. Then 1/8, credit period 1 month. So 1/8 plus 1 month is 1/9. Can you see September 1? Then my dear friend, 1/9, cash received, nothing is said, the due date is remains same. Then beta, Y accepted bill 1/9 plus 3 months. So if I add 3 months in 9, it becomes what? 10, 11, 12, 112 plus 3 days, 412. Please check, it is 412. So when it is negotiable instrument, only then I will be adding what? Grace days. Is that okay? So if you remember the date, it is 1/7, 30th August. So forward and backward method, both are same. So can you see 30th August and 1st July only? Say yes. And if you see here, it is September 1 and December 4. So please check. September 1, December 4. Oh, so that was good, right? So be it a forward method or a backward method, few steps are simple. What are the steps? Posting is same and due date is same. In due date, invoice, don't add grace of days. In case of negotiable instrument act, add 3 days of grace. Happy? Yes. Online live, have you all understood so far? Now, let me explain you the next question, next logic here. Please, everyone's attention. I am saying in backward method, in forward method, from due date, forget date of transaction, from due date to year end. Now, when there is an opening balance, you cannot ignore 1/7. Opening balance has come from what date? 30th June. Say yes. So, boys and girls, July you cannot take 30 days, you have to take 31. So, take on your calculator July 31. Can I not write down July 31, August 31, September 30, October 31, November 30, and December how much? 31. Can I get the number of days? So have you understood 184? Now August 30 to year end. So August 30, can I not say July has gone, August I have got 1 day left because this is a transaction, plus 30, plus 31, plus 30, plus 31. Now, if you see here what I am writing, you will understand. August 1 day, August 1, September 30, October 31, November 30, December 31. So, first one was 184, the other one was 123. So, have you understood 123? Now, next, boys and girls, from September 1, so can I not say September is 29 days, plus October 31, plus November 30, plus December 31, how much? 121. Do you copy that 121? And September 1, 121. And December 4 to 31st December, can I not say 27 days? Eh, Babya. Huh? Then what I do? I simply multiply both of them and I get what? Product. I don't think so. Product is a big deal. Now, what will you do in forward method? Let's calculate here only. In forward method, what you do? From the beginning to date of transaction. Now, beginning, if I start, I'll start with what? Jan. No, sorry, backward method. Forward name. Backward method. I will calculate it from what date? Beginning to due date. Now, boys and girls, did they give you what is the beginning? So, beginning is 1/7 only. Balance owing is given on 1/7. अरे भाई बैलेंस owing is given on which date? 1/7 ना. So please check. अच्छा ये तो समझ में आ गया ना प्रोडक्ट कैसे. अच्छा एक काम कर लेते, इसको पहले खत्म कर लेते. सो दैट 600 into 184, हाउ मच इज दैट माय डियर फ्रेंड? 1,10,400. प्लीज डू इट ऑन योरसेल्फ. 300 into 123, how much is that my dear friend? 36,900. Then boys and girls, 200 into 121, how much is that my dear friend? 24,200. And 100 into 121, 12,100. And 400 into 27, it is 10,800. Now take on your calculator and get me the balance of the product. So 1,10,400 plus 36,900 minus 24,200 minus 12,100 minus 10,800. So I get the balance 1,02,000. And because I am writing the product on the credit side, interest would be written on the debit side, because we are in which method? Forward method. Okay. So can I not say 1,02,000 into, what is the rate of interest? 18%. Divide by 365, and my interest is 49.41, and I'll write it in the amount column. Say yes. And then my dear friend, 600 plus 300 plus 49 minus 200 minus 100 minus 400. What is the amount? 249, and I've written in the amount column. Say yes. People, have you understood this? Huh? Good. 1,02,000, you have understood balance of product. When I go into the forward method, can you see the balance of product has come up on the debit side? I said you na. Now you don't have to question me for sure. Abe ye system hai. In the forward method, it comes on the credit side, interest is written on the debit side. In the backward method, it is gonna come on the same side and you have to write interest on the same side. Yes. Happy? Now let's understand it this way. So beta ji, in case of opening balance, I said you have to start from the opening date to date of transaction. So I start from 1/7 to 1/7. 0. Nil na? Number of days is what? Nil. Have you realized Gudiya this? Ye nahi samjha? See, now when I'm saying 1/7 means what? 30th June. So 30th June to 30th June, I will write down how much? Number of days nil. Product is what? Nil. Say yes. Now from 1 June, एक काम करते 30th June ही बोलेंगे, तो मतलब आपको easy रहेगा. 30th June to 30th August. Sir, why 30th August? Why 30th August? Due date. You remember, starting से due date. So how many days it would be? July 31, August 30, 61 days. Okay. Now 30th June to September 1. So July 31, August 31, September 1. So 31 plus 31 plus 1, 63. Do you all agree? Then my dear friend, July to September 1, again it is how many? 63 days. And then boys and girls, 30th June. So can I not say July 31, August 31? इधर कर लेंगे. July 31, August 31, September 30, October 31, November 30, December 4. So do you agree 157? This is 157. So now what do? You simply multiply amount with the number of days and you get what? Product. Now calculate the product. 200 into 63. Do you think so? It is 12,600. Then, my dear friend, you take 100 into 63, 6,300. Then you take 400 into 157. Do you think so? It is 62,800. And then, boys and girls, you take 300 into 61. Do you consider it is 18,300? Now, if I take the balance, what is the balance, Bituji? एक और आइटम रह गया क्या? ये बैलेंस कितना रह गया अपना? 31 दिसंबर को बैलेंस कितना रह गया? ठीक है, एक बार खेलते. हाँ, मैं बता रहा हूं वो क्या है. So I'll tell you what is the balance of the amount, boys and girls. What is the balance of the amount? Take on a calculator. 600 plus 300. Can you take 600 plus 300 minus 200 minus 100 minus 400? I believe you understand that the balance is how much? 200. 200 without interest. 200 without interest. बराबर है गुड़िया? Now you cannot write it down as in the amount column because interest अभी तक जुड़ना बाकी है. You have to still add the interest. Now, boys and girls, you have to calculate from the beginning to year end. ये balance कब तक है? Closing balance कब तक है? Year end तक. So can I not say July 31, August 31, September 30, October 31, November 30 and December 31? Can you please let me know how many days? 184. Let me ask you, which is the balance? The balance is on the credit side. Which is the balance? The balance is on the credit side. Yes or no? So I write down by balance of product. 200 is my balance without interest multiplied by 184. So whatever is the closing balance, I'll have to calculate interest on that. Sir, आपने जो क्वेश्चन कराया था उसमें तो ये नहीं आया था. उसमें क्यों नहीं आया था? Because everything was repaid. Do you want to see that question? उसमें नहीं आएगा. You see, everything was repaid, na? So that is the reason I could not take it up. 1 lakh and it was also repaid completely. Had it not repaid, then I'll have to calculate the interest. I can show you here also. But at this moment, let's understand this simple trick. What you have to do is in backward method. What you have to do? Everyone, you have to first understand that from the beginning to the date of transaction or due date. Due date is more better. So I calculated those days. Now, at the end, you have to calculate the balance. Forward method is easy. Backward method is little critical. Now, you need to understand the process. So, what you need to do is you calculate the balance. Balance of amount without interest. And what was the balance of amount? 200. You calculated. 200 into what are the number of days? 184. So, I calculated the product. 200 into 184. It is how much? 36,800. So, now, my dear friend, please calculate and let me know if the balance is 1,200,000. Please go and check. Alright. Now, boys and girls, in backward method, I said you that side on which the product will come, you have to calculate interest also there and there. So, can you please check the interest is also calculated there and there, 49, and which we have already calculated. So, shall I make the thing simple for you? Are we ready? Okay. Let's first go with forward method. Step number 1, posting. Can you do that? If you go wrong in the posting, forget about account current. Step number 2, can you write down the due date? Yes. Forward method is again very simple, from the due date to year end. So what we are doing is we're not going ulta, we are actually going in the logical manner. From the due date to year end. ऐसे तो interest calculate होता है ना भाई. Loan दिया उस दिन से interest. Loan दिया उस दिन से interest. वहां से year end तक interest. ये logical तरीका है. Forward is the logical manner. Say yes. So my dear friend, in that case it was very easy for you. You just simply multiplied what? The number of days with the amount and you got the product. So you got the product on a particular side. On the opposite side, you wrote what? Interest. And you got the answer. Yes or no in the amount column. So now that was easy. But if the examiners specifically states backward method use karo, and this is the only question where you will be able to solve it with backward method. मतलब ये backward एक ही question है sir. So if examiner asks you how to do the backward, it's simple. You have to repeat step number 1 same to same. You have to repeat step number 2 due date also same to same. Step number 3 is little critical. In step number 3, you have to start from the beginning to due date. Beginning to due date. So I started from 1st July. I started from 1st July to 1st July. Then from 1st July to 30th August. Now 1st July also includes the first day because it is the opening balance. Say yes or no. Agreed? So you should assume it is 30th June. So from 1st July to 30th August, from 1st July to 1st of September, 1st July to 1st of September, and 1st July to December 4. Do you agree? We just calculated the number of days multiplied. Now here you have to do one more sub step. You have to calculate the balance of amount without interest. And the balance of amount was 200 if you remember. So 200 was, my dear friend, debit balance. So balance will come on which side? Credit side. So I wrote balance of product. 200 into balance day. So from the beginning to year end. Bolo bhai haan. So it is how much? 184. So I wrote 36,800 and when I see, I get the same product. And when I get the same product, one more fact which you need to remember in your mind, in backward method, you should write on the same side in which the balance of product will appear. लंबी गहरी सांस लो. Backward method समझ में आया? पक्का? Now listen to me carefully. I am giving you a very unique task to do now. This particular thing requires a lot of practice. So today I have discussed the concept. I don't have much concept to discuss now. Because if today the base remains kacha, then we'll have a problem in the next. Because I don't want to hurry up. This was the base which we have understood. What are we exactly doing is we are calculating the interest. And when we have to calculate the interest, there are two methods, forward and backward. In examination till date, they have only asked forward method. But if they ask you backward method, that can screw you up. So backward method, how to calculate, you have to practice that and you have to understand the logic and rational. And the game is not on date of transaction. The game is on due date. So you should focus on due date as well. Happy? So you revise the whole concept once again. Once you have done with that concept, then what I'll be doing is, we'll be solving it further. Before that, I'll give you few questions which are homework. Now, how do you solve the homework question? Okay. You have common sense? I have not taught you something called as red ink interest. अभी थोड़ी देर कोशिश करता हूं बताने की. But let's see. Suppose if you make payment early, so you will what? You will ask for interest or you will ask for a discount. So suppose beta, you are rendering the account on 31st December. The transaction was done on 1st of April. The transaction was done on, please focus on. You are making the account current on 31st December. Okay. But your transaction was done on, let's take an example, 1st of December 22. But your due date is, let's take an example, 1st February 23. You are creating on 31st December. Now when you are saying that this is 1st February 23, so we are beyond year end. When we are beyond year end, here the product or the amount or the amount would be positive, but whatever is the number of days will come negative. Because do you understand? From the date, due date to year end, I said. So here the number of days will come what? Negative. So you have got two options. Either you can write it on the debit side negative and calculate the product, or sometimes you can write down the product on the opposite side. उसको रेड इंक का प्रोडक्ट बोलते हैं. देखो, एक तो डेबिट में लिखोगे तो नेगेटिव लिखोगे प्रोडक्ट, क्योंकि नेगेटिव आ रहा है ना. तुम उधर लिखने की जगह पे इंस्टेंट बोलते नहीं नहीं, कभी कभी क्रेडिट में लिख दो. सो यू नो व्हाट इज द रेड इंक का प्रोडक्ट? इट इज सिंपल. इफ माय ड्यू डेट इज फॉलिंग बियॉन्ड ईयर एंड, if my due date is falling beyond year end, then my number of days will come positive or negative? Negative. So I simply multiply it, I get the product. Now product, I can write it on the credit side or I can write on the same side negative item. One and the same, na? So that is the only one thing which I have not taught you, but we can deal it later on. Right now I am not in hurry. So my point is, I am going to give you few questions as an homework which you need to सुनो कुछ चीजें ध्यान से सुनना. Now this is a major confusion in the CA students life and which I need to answer it right now, right in front of you all. Students, will randomly pick up a question and will try and solve it. Don't try and become Vivekananda or Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. They could do it. We are first ordinary. So once you want to solve a question, first revise everything. Before writing the paper also. You know why majority of the students go into the panic state? They will pick up any random problem in between and will start writing the answer. No, you are going to go in the exam, you are going to revise everything one day before. Na? So you revise today and you write tomorrow. I have got no problem. Don't start writing down immediately because that will create a chaos in your mind. So if you're not recalling it right now, you are perfectly doing fantastic, fine. That is how it should be. But once you read it, and if you're able to solve it tomorrow, then you're doing fantastic because that's how you are going to solve the exams. So what we're going to do it right now is, I'm going to give you all the questions of account current, which I have taught you as an homework. So you don't have to solve them. You have to go into the module, check what they have done. So what all can you do the posting first? So if you're not able to do the posting, then you cannot come and blame me because you are weak in posting. You need to understand why my posting has gone wrong. Second thing, you need to be able to calculate the due date. For that, we have already done it in the bills of exchange. Where I have to add grace days, where I have need not add the grace days. So second point, you need to master that. And the third point which you need to do is, are you able to calculate the number of days in forward method from the date of due date to year end? And in case of opening balance is there, you have to consider that day also. Yes or no? So you have to calculate the number of days. Do you copy that? Shanti sir. Now that was also taught to you in average due date. Say yes. And then you simply multiply by the product. Multiply by the amount. Then you get what? Product. And once you get the product, on which side you have written the product, on the opposite hand side you have to write down the interest. From here account current starts. Before that it is the posting of personal account. After that it is calculation of the due date. After that it is calculation of number of days, which is from average due date. And then my dear friend, you get what? Balance of product, which is the balancing figure, and balance of product if you have written on the credit side, the interest is written on the debit side in the amount column. There account current comes in picture. And as far as logic was concerned, I have already explained you. Have you understood? So my dear friend, what I have seen in my career when I was teaching students was that students commit mistake in account current. The answer is no. But they commit mistake in posting. They commit mistake in due date. They commit mistake in calculation of number of days. And they think that teacher will explain. How can a teacher explain? I am going to be fast only because I have already explained this in average due date. I have already explained you the posting when we were in the final account, when the basic journal entries. Number of days or the grace days to be added or not, I have already done it in bills of exchange. So now there is a mismatch of expectation, and that is the reason we are following this new strategy, wherein you first go through the answers, and wherever you are having a problem, then we sort it out. Okay. So all the question number 2, I said you very important. Question number 1, we have already done it. Question number 2, I'm not going to solve it again. Now question number 3. कर सकते हो क्या? Question number 4. Question number 5. Question number 6. बस. किसी को बताना बता. बताओ तो भी मेरे को डर नहीं है. Will they do it? Yeah. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Will you try it? And then we catch again tomorrow. Is that okay? प्यार से bye bye बोलो. Bye bye. Take care. God bless you all. Online line, have you understood? Please let me know. हाँ बे. Solution लिख सकते हो तो लिखो रफ में. If you want to write it in the rough, you can write it in the rough. And but you should be able to see it from the module also and see the flow how it is going. ठीक है? Have you all understood online live? Okay. ये झेपा ना रे. ठीक है. बाया बाया. Close.